Have you actually been a victim of unfairness? I don't mean fake victim like some student in some struggle section, hug box, ooh, my feelings hurt. I mean someone who's been actually like sent to human resources where a fellow employee lied against you, had to go to court for something that you were falsely accused of. Well, there are millions of Americans that experience that. And now this backfires on Fani Willis because they all relate to Trump. They're agreeing with him. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug Tenaple with more good news as we follow Trump all the way into the White House in 2024. Here's the tweet from Jeff Shellenberger, quote, "Why is support for Donald Trump so high even as he faces 91 felony charges?" Part of the answer might lie in this fact. 77 million Americans have criminal records. Why is political support for Donald Trump so high, even as he faces 91 federal charges in 4 separate cases? Though polling suggests that a criminal conviction could cost him the election, which I don't believe, observers have been surprised that the indictments themselves haven't done more to dent his support. Yeah, even if they get a conviction, it's going to do the same thing. He's going to get more popular. Put differently, why isn't the lawfare against Trump working yet? This is a huge admittance to Fani Willis that your lawfare is not working. Jack Smith, lawfare, not working. Chutkin, Alvin Bragg, you failed. Part of the answer might lie in this fact. 77 million Americans have criminal records. By the way, Trump, that's how many votes Trump got in the last election. That's a lot of people. They have criminal records, meaning they have at least been arrested. Many of these people may find themselves identifying with the 45th president because of their own experiences of being accused, arrested, charged, and forced to defend themselves. Of course, many of these roughly the same number of Americans have an arrest record as have completed a 4-year bachelor's degree. Same amount of people who've been tried of something and have a college degree. So while the Bidens are counting on all of the woke, leftist, overeducated white snobs to support them, Trump has opened up a brand new constituency of people who've been arrested. Think of how many of them feel like they're innocent and have been falsely arrested, or even if they agree with the arrest, that they were overly convicted, harshly convicted, unfairly convicted. That's about 1 in every 4. Disaggregate that by race and sex, and the numbers are even more jarring. Almost half of all Black men and nearly 40% of white women have been arrested by their early 20s. Half of Black men and 40% of white men, that's half of us, who can relate to Trump's arrest. So it's not going to work on them where they just automatically judge him. They know that the police and prosecutors frequently exaggerate to make defendants look bad and thus advance their own careers, which is what the judges have done against Trump. When the FBI raided Mar-a-Lago, many formerly arrested Americans would have thought back to when the police entered their homes, searched and impounded their vehicles, and dredged through their social media. So they're having sympathy for him. The one thing that the left did not want for Trump is our ability to make him even a billionaire orange man even more relatable. Even among those who've never been arrested, there are many who have nonetheless been treated like criminals, as Sohrab Ahmari details in his recent book, Tyranny Incorporated. Private sector realms of work, housing, healthcare, and credit are frequently ruled by a punitive fashion. This is like going to human resources, losing your job. It's like being on trial. When Americans who have faced the business end of the criminal justice system see the lawfare waged against Trump, they draw parallels to their own lives. They know what it's like speaking to a judge in court, not a cocktail party like the Biden people. They may recall trying to maintain composure even as the judge is snide, arrogant, or haughty like Fani Willis. Many Americans have suffered institutions and lost their jobs because a worker lied about them, or they failed a drug test, or some sadistic manager just wanted to ride their ass. They too may recall the moment of accusation, the struggle to defend themselves, the embarrassment, the worry, the waiting, the dread. When they see similar things happen to Trump, they can perfectly identify in some small way. So this is about empathy. The left, in over attacking Trump, made him into a legit victim, and there's many of us who have also been legit false accused, lost work, etc. The choice to pursue lawfare as a central electoral strategy may turn out to be yet another indication of our elite's detachment from reality. It won't be the first time. They seem to not know the country they govern. Who loves the American government and judges? Nobody. Who loves indictments? Nobody. We know what it's like to fall on the wrong side of it. This lawfare, this dangerous state is a bigger threat than anything Trump did on January 6th. I'm Doug in Exile. Subscribe.